Welcome back, viewers at home. Tonight, I am joined by the fearless and inspiring, by day, or rather by profession, a cardiologist and at heart activist, Nurain Saloojee, who has already made a name for herself at 22 years old as the youngest South African aboard the Global Sumud Flotilla, a mission to break the blockade on Gaza. But unfortunately, she did not make it on the boat due to health restraints, but she is still driven by her unwavering commitment to justice and has long been involved in Palestine solidarity activism. Nurain, jazakallah so much for joining us and assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. Jazakallah so much for having me on INX Prime.
It's always a pleasure having individuals like yourselves. And I just want to find out more about all things Nurain. And I think this brings me to find out, looking at, the risk of being part of this mission, I want to find out from you what truly inspired you to say, I'm putting my name down, I am going, regardless of Israeli interceptions that have happened before or anything that might potentially happen. It's not going to stop me.
It's it's something I've been working towards my entire life. It's not something I just randomly one day woke up, you know what, I'm going to get onto that boat. No,
Yeah.
it's been years and years of activism, being part of the community who is very involved in the activism space, being part of a family who has been part of the struggle. So it
Oh.
didn't just happen overnight. I think the decision to get onto the boat happened overnight,
Oh.
but it wasn't like um, something that I just woke up and said I'm going to do.
Yeah.
It's been years and years, and what's happening in Gaza at the moment, you just feel helpless sometimes, and you feel like, you know what, this is a big mission, and I want to be part of it, and it's going to change the narrative, so I want to be part of it. That's, yeah.
So I want to find out also, do you feel any hesitation or it has always been a clear-cut decision? Because you find that sometimes you get inspired by something and when you are now faced to, proceed with that decision, at times, which is natural to feel a bit of like, cold feet or what it may be. Can you tell me in terms of, was there any hesitation from you or you just, because of also the support, it just made everything so easy?
Can I tell you, the day before when I got that message, so I was going to do the media, I was going to be back home helping with the media for the Sumud Flotilla.
Yeah.
And I just got a message and it said, there's a spot open. Does anyone know anyone who would like to join? And immediately I phoned my father. I was like, Didi, there's there's an opportunity for me to be part of the flotilla. And without hesitation, he said, Bismillah, go.
Yeah.
You're going in the right path, go. He said, just ask your mom. And I phoned my mom. She was at work. She was like, Bismillah, go. Like, okay, you have, just figure out your leave situation because I'm working. I'm doing
Yeah.
my community service. But she was like, you're going in the path of Allah. And that, and there was, I think it happened so quickly. In about 2 days, I had, in a day, literally 24 hours, I had to pack my things and get onto a flight and go to Tunisia. And it was it was a lot,
Yeah.
but the support I had made it a lot easier. And what I've been doing for the past few years and my entire life, it built up to that moment where there was no sort of hesitation. Yeah.
Now, you just earlier on just gave us a snippet in terms of, the family that raised you and the family in which you're coming from. And I want to find out from you, how do you think your upbringing shaped your commitment to the cause of, Palestine and just that of activism and standing up for justice?
Well, like I said, it's part of you. It's the everyday conversations you have on the table. Um, Growing up, we would go and stand on side of the road and give out pamphlets, collect donations. When I think when the I don't even know which flotilla it was, but I remember making paper boats as a like a child, making paper
Wow.
boats and going to the Valdam and putting the paper boats on the water to
Yeah.
show our solidarity. So it wasn't just one, like one, I think, moment. It
Yeah.
it
It was
has
a
been a
collective.
collective of different struggles and getting the support as well. Yeah.
And now, because of your health restraints, not being able to, be aboard, if I can say so, what were you feeling? What was just going through your head, seeing that you already packed in like, you know,
Yeah.
click of a finger, and now suddenly it's like
It
you hit with this.
So basically, we went through a whole lot of trainings. When we got to Tunisia, it wasn't like I was on holiday. We
Yeah.
were doing a whole lot of trainings every day, like doing interviews, keeping the momentum alive.
Yeah.
There was a lot before that.
Yeah.
We were doing trainings, full-on trainings, because you have to be prepared before getting on those boats. And I'm thinking about everyone on the boats at the moment. And now I've made connections with them, and it's like, yeah, okay, I got sick, but I know that the work has to continue. I got sick the day before we were welcoming the Barcelona boat at the port, and it was something beautiful because there was thousands and thousands and thousands of people on the beaches, and we were all together, and people from all nationalities all coming for one cause. And when I got sick, it was like, okay, I might not be on that boat, but I know there's still work to be done at home, and I'm going to continue that work. So, yeah, I think that like it wasn't meant for me to be on the boats,
Yeah.
but maybe Allah has a better plan, and I just have to have trust in His plan as well. Yeah.
Subhanallah. And now, speaking about the Global Sumud Flotilla, I want to find out from you, what impact do you think that the flotilla has had on raising awareness and building support for the Palestinian cause?
I think it's one of the biggest things, solidarity movements that we've seen in recent times. I mean, in the entire world coming together for one cause, saying the same message: all eyes on Gaza, all eyes on Gaza. It's beautiful to see all nationalities, all different people from different backgrounds. When we were communicating, we needed translators. Like, there's people, like, it was so beautiful to see how everyone came together for one common goal, and it's now keeping up that momentum. We cannot let the momentum die. They're soon going to be in risky waters. Interception is one of the most probable outcomes of this mission, and we need to raise awareness and make people aware, hold governments accountable, pressure governments to make sure that the aid gets to Gaza, gets to the shores of Gaza. So yeah.
Now, before I continue with my questions, something that I should have asked prior to say, how are you feeling now? Are you okay?
Am I okay? Am I okay? It's a heavy, because my heart, obviously, it was ready to get onto those boats. Obviously, it is disappointing, but I know that the activism doesn't stop here. And inshallah, maybe there will be another flotilla. My parents, I think I put them through so much now. They're like, okay, hold on for a second before we like let you go again. But there's so much work to be done. And obviously, you feel like you were supposed to be there, but it's not about me. It's not an individual mission. There's other great people, people who have put their lives on the line, literally gave up everything to be on those boats. And it's now making sure that the aid gets to the shores of Gaza.
And all I can say is, Nurain, mashallah to your heart. May Allah continue blessing you. And may our conversation be a means of inspiration to myself and many others. And I think, is there anything you'd like to share before I conclude our conversation?
I just want to reach out to everyone everywhere, whoever is listening to this. Just get involved. It's so important for your voice to get heard. You have a responsibility, not and connect the struggles, connect what's happening in South Africa, connect it to global issues. We have a platform, and we need to use it and protect our rights as South Africans. You don't understand how much privileges we have as South Africans, and we need to use our privileges in the best way forward to make real change happen.
Nurain, Jazakallah so much, for really giving us something to hold on to, something to think about, and hopefully something to reflect on as we sit in terms of, what to do or how to do it, or feeling just helpless. But Jazakallah so much for coming in and sharing your journey with us and being vulnerable with us. And may Allah continue blessing you in every effort you make, inshallah.
And may Palestine be free very soon.
Ameen, inshallah. Viewers at home, that was my guest, Nurain Saloojee, fearless, certainly inspiring, as you heard yourselves. cardiologist by profession, activist at heart, joining us to tell us her journey and, you know, what keeps her going, and the fact that the next booking to go on the flotilla, she is going. So mommy and daddy, get ready. But